What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and welcome back to another episode of the Premier League's Perspective and Predict the Prem, where we take a look at the past Premier League games in the past week and we kind of review them. We've given our predictions already, where I think the score is already 12-3 to me, Sim. So you've got some catching up to do.
Well, we'll see how the scores are at the end of this round.
You've got a bit of catching up to do, but we give our predictions. It's 5 points for a correct score and 1 point for a correct result. Obviously, I'm winning 12-3 at the moment. I'm a bit smug about it, as you can see. But look, we're going to review the past Premier League games. We're going to preview the Premier League games coming this week as well. So let's get straight into it, and let's start off with Everton against Newcastle. It finished 2-0 to Newcastle at Goodison Park. Sim went 3-1 to Everton and I went 2-0 to Everton, so we got this one completely wrong, didn't we?
At least I got Newcastle to score. But yeah, look, Newcastle deserved
Scoring any
it.
Points wherever you can.
They deserved it, didn't they, Newcastle?
Yeah, they did.
It was a good result for them. It's a carbon copy of the game earlier this season. 2 goals from Callum Wilson giving them the victory. They were solid defensively, improved on their performance against Leeds, which they were unlucky not to get anything from. And, Everton seemed lacklustre, for sure.
I thought Newcastle picked up where they left off from the second half of last week's game, where they really showed attacking intent and played well. And I was really impressed with Newcastle, not so much with Everton.
Yeah, and on a week where the pressure was really building on
Brucey.
him, to get that result was massive for them. So fair play. And Wilson, he's been still getting the goals, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was brilliant, Callum Wilson. He really was a man of the match, in my opinion. But look, let's move on to the Palace Wolves game. It finished 1-0 to Palace in another upset, you would say. Sim went 1-1. I also went 1-1. So we were both just one goal out of it.
Yeah, it was a shame. It was a close one. But Eze, what a lovely goal that was. Little lovely
what a
touch
player
away.
he is. What a player.
Yeah, he's really done really well since he's come into the Premier League, and again showing his quality. And he decided, Roy Hodgson, to go with Zaha, Eze, Ayew, and Benteke, all 4 of them, and it paid off because I thought they had a really good game. But I thought Wolves, Willian Jose making his debut, had 1 shot which was a save from the keeper.
Did he start or did he come on?
He started for the first time, but unfortunately couldn't get the goal. And Wolves looked a bit porous up front, as they have done most of the season.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Let's move on to the Man City Sheffield United game. It finished 1-0 to Man City, which was a lot closer scoreline than kind of everyone would have thought going into this game, although Sheffield United on the back of beating Man United at Old Trafford. So Sim went 4-0. I also went 4-0. So we both gain a point each, which is now 13-4 in my favour. But how do you think the game went?
Yeah, I mean, they got an early goal, didn't they, City? And you thought they were going to run riot again, but it wasn't to be. Sheffield United stuck to their game plan. They nearly came away with something when John Fleck nearly scored near the end. So it was a really dogged display by Sheffield United to only lose 1-0. But City obviously made a lot of changes, rested a lot of players, and ultimately they came away with the victory in the end. So, deservedly so. But Sheffield United clearly haven't lost any fight so far, and maybe they can see with Fulham and West Brom not performing still well. Maybe they see a bit of opportunity. Yeah,
and with a massive game, I think they got Fulham this week. So
West Brom, I think.
West Brom. So yeah, a massive game for them this week. But yeah, the scores on the doors so far, as you can see, are 13-4 in my favour. Let's move on to West Brom against Fulham in a game which finished 2-2. Sim, you predicted 1-1. I predicted 0-0. So this game was always going to be a draw. So now it's 14-5 in my favour. But Sim, what did you make out of that game?
Yeah, finished 2-2. Fulham will probably be kicking themselves they didn't win that game because they were 1-0 up. Bobby Cordova-Reid goes through 1-on-1 and he hits the post. And West Brom turn it around in the second half. They get it back to 2-1. And then they're probably kicking themselves. They let Fulham equalise right at the end, near the end. But a draw is probably I think both teams will be annoyed. A draw may be a fair result, but it doesn't help either team really, a draw, does it?
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. Moving on to Arsenal against Manchester United in a game which finished 0-0. Sim, you went 2-2. I went 3-1 to Man United, so you gain a point there. 14-6 now. I thought with this game, I thought Man United were the better side in the first half. I thought Arsenal came out really well in the second half. First 20 minutes, I thought they created some really nice chances, hit the bar with that Lacazette chance. But all in all, I think Cavani will be kicking himself in this game for missing those 2 chances.
Especially that open goal.
Exactly. I
No,
mean, there were chances for both sides to win the game, but I felt the higher quality chances did land to Manchester United.
For sure. The only real chance Arsenal created was that one from Willian that got blocked. Other than that, they didn't create too many good quality chances. Smith Rowe forced to save out De Gea. But yeah, Man United definitely created the better chances and with Cavani and Rashford as well. He had that chance where he took too many touches and dribbled it into trouble when he just should have got a first-time shot and then scored.
I mean, Bruno had a great effort as well on the left-hand side of the area in the first half.
Yeah, also. So I think both teams will be... I think Arsenal will be happier with the point.
Yeah, both managers after the game both said it was 2 points dropped, and I kind of felt where they were coming from. I thought both sides kind of had the chances to win the game. I think on the balance of play, I think Man U probably be more upset than Arsenal, but I can see why Arsenal would be aggrieved too.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, let's move on to Southampton Villa in a game which finished 1-0 to Aston Villa. I thought another really good performance from that man, Jack Grealish. Sim, you went 3-2 to Villa. I went 2-2. So you gain another point on me. So that's 14-7 now, halfway stages. But what did you make out of this game?
I think Southampton were really unlucky, actually, because they very unlucky not to get a penalty near the beginning of the game when it deflected off Matt Cash's thigh onto his arm.
Yeah.
And for all the world to, it looked like it might have been a penalty, but referee decided against it. And then that offside, that ridiculous offside in the last minute as well. Preventing Danny Ings getting equaliser, which was like one of the tightest calls you'll see. It was literally his sleeve to the it's just ridiculous. This offside rule really gets to.
It literally hit that black band on his arm, and if it would have been a millimetre higher, it wouldn't have been offside.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's a complete joke. And that was given offside, and so Southampton had a lot of chances as well. And Villa, when they did score, was against run of play, so they'll definitely feel hard done by. But yeah, they'll definitely feel hard done by, but I feel like it was a good goal, really good cross from Grealish. He still was striking his stuff. He was quality for Villa, apart from because their whole squad wasn't great, but he was good, and hard fought win for Villa at the end.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think Southampton did deserve a lot more in the game, than they got. But yeah, they got undone by a quality move from Jack Grealish at the end of the day, and they didn't take their chances, and that's what happens in football. So let's move on to Chelsea against Burnley, where Thomas Tuchel got off to his first win as Chelsea manager, 2-0 at the Bridge against Burnley. We both went 1-0, and we would have got that if it wasn't for a late goal from Chelsea as well.
Late goal from Marcus Alonso.
Absolutely stunning goal from Marcus Alonso, to be honest.
Just in time for Spurs, obviously.
Yeah,
just in time.
Obviously, he always has a good game against us, but this brings it to 15-8 in my favour. But there was no chances of Chelsea losing this game.
Yeah, they dominated. They were just a bit better than they were against Wolves, which is worrying because it seems a slight improvement in the second game, and hopefully they won't improve in the third. But the signs are that they're slowly improving. So Tuchel will be happy with what he saw. It was a good performance. They dominated everything, chances, possession, didn't give Burnley anything, and it was a good display.
Yeah, I thought there was about 5 minutes in the game, beginning of the second half, where Burnley looked like they could be getting back into the game, but Chelsea were pretty much near completely dominant throughout the game.
And Azpilicueta as well, 2 fullbacks both getting goals, Azpi and Alonso, not where you expect the source of goals to come from.
Really good finishes from both. All right, the last couple of games, Leicester against Leeds, another one for the form books, as Leeds beat Leicester 3-1 at the King Power. A Leicester without Jamie Vardy, and we all know how they do without Jamie Vardy so far. I think they pretty much drop points whenever Jamie Vardy's not fit, and it seemed this way again on the week. And Sim, you went 2-0. I also went 2-0 in Leicester's favour, but it wasn't to be, so that keeps it to 15-8. What did you make out of it?
Yeah, I mean, Leicester is the only saving grace really in the race for top four. That the teams around us are also still losing games that they should be winning. And Leeds, when they go 1-0 down from Harvey Barnes, you're thinking this could be a long day and Leicester are going to get another result. But Leeds didn't lie down. They hit back immediately and they completely deserved the victory. Completely deserved. Bamford with a really nice goal. Really nice goal in the second half.
And a goal.
And he got that assist for the third one. And he got assist for the first one as well. Really great performance from him. He's having a great season for Leeds. And they haven't been great lately, but they really turned up against Leicester, and they had to because their form had been dropping off, and they showed they're still around in the Premier League and still hurt teams. And Leicester seemed devoid of ideas a bit against a Leeds side who really are usually very, very poor defensively, but they tightened up, and Leicester had no answers.
I mean, it's night and day from having Ayoze or Vardy up front, isn't it?
That's definitely true. Ayoze is nowhere near as clinical or as good as Vardy, and that showed.
All right, let's move on to the penultimate game. West Ham 1, Liverpool 3. Sim, you went 1-1. I also went 1-1. But it looks as though Tottenham have given Liverpool their mojo back, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they were back on it. Too great. Well, to be honest, they were struggling a bit up until Curtis Jones came on the hour mark, and then all of a sudden everything opened up.
That second
Salah,
goal.
the first goal as well. Both of them,
yeah.
both of them were absolute clinical goals. Really unbelievable finishes, and the way he set himself up for both of them was sensational. The first one dribbling past inside, really Cresswell couldn't get near him, curling it into the far corner, and the second one, a clinical counter, really a special counter attack. Trent to Shaqiri to Salah, no one stopping any of them, and a great one-touch and finish from him for that second goal was really a great counter-attacking goal. And then the third one, Firmino to Wijnaldum to wrap it up, and it was a comprehensive victory. And I think West Ham were very, very disappointed in how they performed, because with Henderson and Phillips at the back, you expect them to give them a tough ride. You expect Antonio to pin them back and give them trouble, but they really didn't play to their strengths. They weren't lumping the balls into them. They were too focused on playing football as opposed to hurting Liverpool where their weaknesses are, and it came back to bite them.
Yeah, and I thought that second goal was really Lionel Messi-esque. It really was. That finish was absolutely beautiful. But let's move on to the last and final game. We won't spend too long on it because just don't want to. Brighton 1, Tottenham 0.
We've said enough on this one, haven't we?
Yeah, Sim, you've gone 3-1 to Spurs. I went 1-0 to Spurs. I got the scoreline right. It's just the wrong way.
Yeah, you should get -5 for that.
Yeah, probably. But look, it's finished 15-8 in my favour after the second week of doing this.
Just saying, just to put it out there because I like statistics. I've got 8 points, you've got 15. However, I've got 8 results right and you've got 7. So,
how many correct scores you got?
Yeah, I've no correct scores yet, but results are more important. I'm better at predicting results. You're better at score lines. So misleading.
The scoreline is never misleading. Scoreline's
misleading.
Right.
The table is lying.
Never lies.
The table is lying.
But look, let's get on to this week's predictions. Again, we've got a whole midweek fixture list coming up. And let's start off with Sheffield United v West Brom. And I've gone for 1-0 to Sheffield United.
I had originally 1-0, but I changed it to 0-0.
I actually had 0-0 and I changed it to 1-0.
I see. I've gone the opposite. That's so funny. But yeah, I think Sheffield. I think the only reason I've gone for 0-0 is because I actually think if Sheffield United were playing a team a bit higher up, it would suit them because they might be underestimated. But I feel like West Brom are not going to underestimate them. They need the points. They know Sheffield United, if they get a win, they're going to be hot on their heels. So, in fact, how many points are they behind West Brom at the moment? And not too many, I don't think.
It's not too many anymore. I think they're on 8 points, Sheffield United.
Yeah, they're 4 points behind. So yeah. I think I can see it's being a really tight affair. I know Sheffield United are going to have their tails up a bit after 2 good performances, but I think this could be a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be one or the other, 0-0 or 1-0 to either side, to be honest. But I think that it's going to be a really dull affair. Both teams are really going to be protecting kind of either a point or 3 points. I think when you look at it, I haven't been that impressed with West Brom. I just feel that Sheffield United kind of might have their tails up a bit for that result at Old Trafford, and also kind of only limiting Man City to 1 goal as well in that game. So I think Sheffield United are just going to nick this one, just about.
Fair enough.
Wolves against Arsenal. What have you gone for?
1-1.
1-1. I've gone for 0-0.
0-0?
Yeah.
Interesting. You don't get no goals in this game.
I've gone for no goals. I think that Wolves have been pretty much toothless up front all season. Arsenal, as well. They haven't been that great going forward, and I think that both their defences are pretty. I think this is going to be a tale of two defences, and I think both defences have been pretty good recently.
Yeah, Arsenal missing a few players. Obviously, Aubameyang still missing. Tierney apparently still missing. They did okay against Man United, but Wolves are going to come into this game taking it very seriously. They're knowing they're in 14th. They need to start getting results to turn their form around. And with Willian Jose, a big striker in there, I can see him getting some joy up against the Arsenal centre-backs. So I've gone for... So I can get him getting goal, but I think Arsenal in good form as well. So I think they're going to get a goal as well. Saka probably come back in. So I've gone for 1-1.
All right, so I've gone 0-0. Sim's gone 1-1. Let me know your score prediction in the comment section below as we move over to Old Trafford as they welcome Southampton. And I tell you, I've gone 1-1.
1-1?
Yeah.
I've gone 3-1 Man United.
The reason I've gone 1-1 is because I think if this was actually played at St Mary's, I would have gone for a Man U win. But I think they've just been shocking at Old Trafford this season. Yeah, of course, they've won games here and there at Old Trafford. But I think Southampton will go to Old Trafford looking to spoil the party. And I think that they'll succeed. I think Danny Ings, they've got a strong front line with Danny Ings and Che Adams. Ward-Prowse as well, always dangerous from set pieces. So I got a feeling Southampton could nick a draw in this one.
They're very attacking team, Southampton, and they could always get a goal, which is why I've got them on the score sheet. But they're too open. And Man United are going to exploit them, especially if Walker Peters is still out, which I think he is. They don't have the fullbacks to cover for him, and the way they play that 4-4-2 system with pretty much two wide forwards and two strikers, it's a very, very open formation. And if you're not on top of your game, and if your fitness isn't on point, you can end up being caught badly at the back. And with Rashford, Martial, Cavani, Greenwood, Pogba, Bruno, I think United are going to have too many goals in them. So I've gone 3-1.
All right, Newcastle against Crystal Palace.
I've gone 2-1 Newcastle. 2-1 Newcastle.
I've gone 1-0 Newcastle.
1-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a game where there's going to be many goals. I think Newcastle, they've started to hit form the last couple of games. Palace as well, not doing too bad the last couple of games as well. I think they won their last game, didn't they?
Against, yeah, they did. Against Wolves.
So I think it's going to be a tight affair. But I just have a feeling that with the firepower of Callum Wilson up front, who I've been really impressed with this season, well, some parts of the season, I think they will nick it. But again, Palace do have Zaha and Eze for Newcastle to worry about. Yeah,
I think both teams will see this as an opportunity to get a win on the board. So I can see this being a bit more open than the usual cagey affairs they're usually involved in. But I think Newcastle... despite Palace also having a good win out last time, 1-0, I think Newcastle were more convincing actually against Everton in their win, and that'll give them a lot of confidence. And as well, say Maximum can get back in the starting 11, I can see him causing some damage. So I've just gone for Newcastle to nick this one 2-1.
All right, let's move on to Burnley against Man City. Burnley are usually Man City's whipping boys, aren't they?
Usually 5-0.
Yeah, I've gone 3-0 to Man City.
Me too.
Oh, there you go.
Me too. 3-0 Man City.
I mean, yeah, the way Burnley are playing, it could be a bit less because I think Burnley have sort of turned on their I was going to say style, but it's not style, it's their style. The past couple of weeks, I think they could try and keep it tight at the back, but I think that Man City will just have a bit too much for them.
Yeah, I agree. Man City have got in great form. Doesn't matter who they're playing, and I'm sure they're going to bring some of the starting players back into the 11 after resting a lot of players against Sheffield United. So I'm going 3-0 City.
All right, Fulham Leicester. What are you going?
1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
You've gone for Fulham to get points off Leicester again?
I have. I think Fulham are in decent form. They're solid. Leicester are struggling for goals at the moment without Vardy, and I think it's going to be a tough game for them. I think it's going to be an even game. I can see Fulham nicking a result.
I've also gone 1-1.
1-1.
I've also gone 1-1. Obviously, Fulham won at the King Power, didn't they? A 2-1 win. Leicester without Jamie Vardy, which is always a massive miss for them. So I think... with also Fulham drawing a mad number of games this season, I think Fulham will get the draw for this one.
Yeah, me too.
Leeds against Everton at Leeds. I've gone for 2-1 to Everton.
Me too. I also went 2-1 Everton.
What's the reasoning behind it?
Yeah, because I think Everton, they struggle more when teams sit back against them like Newcastle, but a team like Leeds who are open, they're going to have Richarlison, James and Calvert-Lewin filling in those spaces, and they have the required quality to be getting goals. And despite Leeds being good form and getting good win against Leicester, it's going to be a different game, this one, for them. So I feel like Everton are going to nick it.
Yeah, I agree. Villa against West Ham, a battle of the Clarets. I've gone for 2-2. Desmond.
2-2. I gone 2-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa.
I mean, it can easily be one of the two, but I just feel that Villa weren't really on song against Southampton, and if they put a repeat performance like that in, I think West Ham do have their tail. I know they just lost to Liverpool, but they do have their tails up at the moment. They're having a really good season, as are Aston Villa, to be honest. So that's why I've gone for a stalemate.
I think West Ham will be very disappointed with how they played the game against Liverpool, and it might, because I thought they might have gone into the game, especially looking at the lineups, they might have thought we could get something out of this. But I think the way they performed, they let themselves down a bit, and that might cause a bit of a downward trajectory. I'm seeing, and Liverpool and with Villa grinding out a result, working very hard, and I think having Grealish at X Factor, I think they're going to nick the win in this one.
All right. Liverpool against Brighton. What have you gone for?
3-0 Liverpool.
3-0. I've gone for 3-1.
3-1. You've been getting Brighton to get a goal.
Yeah, I think Liverpool's. Everyone knows about Liverpool's defence this season. You know what I mean? They're missing so many players. Van Dijk, Gomez. Apparently Matip might be out now.
He is, yeah.
So look, they've got no centre back. So I'm going to go for Brighton to nick a goal, whether it be a penalty or just a set piece or something like that. But I think Liverpool will win this comfortably at the end.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're going to have too much. They're going to suffocate Brighton. They're going to make sure they dominate possession, and they're going to make sure Brighton don't have any chances, unlike us. So I think 3-0 Liverpool, and I can do, especially if Mane's back in as well, I can see them really doing well.
All right, and finally, Tottenham against Chelsea. Massive, massive London derby at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. What are you going for?
Tottenham versus Chelsea, I went 1-1.
1-1. I've gone 0-0.
0-0. Yeah, 0-0's probably better, more likely, to be honest.
Yeah, I've gone 0-0 just because everyone knows the way Spurs are playing at the moment. I think we're going to sit with 2 banks of 4 against Chelsea, or maybe a bank of 5 and whatever, but I think we're going to park the bus big time against Chelsea, and I think Chelsea will struggle to break us down. I think we'll struggle to break them down, but they'll be making a lot of passes, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can see Chelsea definitely dominating possession and looking like they're in control. Unfortunately, Spurs without Harry Kane, it's going to be harder for us to hurt them and go in the other end. But I believe we can nick 1 goal, but I don't have faith in us keeping a clean sheet. So I've gone 1-1.
Yeah. All right. So that is the predictions this week. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. What is the scores on the doors at the moment?
15-8.
15-8 to myself. Still, let me know in the comment section below who you think will come on top in this coming week.
I've got more results though.
Simeon's got more results. I've got more correct scores. It's 5 points for a correct score, 1 point for a correct result. Let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.